yourself?
Myself, I am Robert from Fresno, California,
Okay, okay.
United States.
Yeah, Lily introduced me to you, and Lily said you are willing to have a live interaction with me. Glad that you could come. Uh,
Well, thank you.
yeah, welcome. Hope this is an interaction to know more about the self and its reality.
Okay,
It's
let me try to. While you're telling me that, I'll try to stabilize my.
pardon?
Go ahead, sir. No, I said while you're saying that, let me try to stabilize my camera so it's not moving around. Go ahead.
Sure, sure, sure. Okay. So the interaction with anything, the purpose of interaction is to expose what is happening within. Everything, every time, every interaction, every moment, our our capacity is to expose ourselves, what is happening within.
Okay.
So every moment you are engaged with the process of being alive, you cannot deny that fact. You cannot have any diversion. If you are going for a diversion, then you will face problems. All the problems are because you are not involved. Us gives everything that is wanted at the present moment. Problem starts only when you look elsewhere and when you try to fix things around. All the problems are because you're trying to fix things around.
Hmm.
We are not the one. We are not the sculpture of the universe. We are not the sculpture of the universe. The architect of the universe, architect of the creation, is within the creation itself.
Hmm.
No one is demanding anything other than what is happening perfectly. So, unnecessary demand means you are away from yourself. When you are away from yourself, you see many things, but you don't know what to do. Whatever you do will fall back. It will boomerang back as many problems.
Okay.
So, with yeah, this my short experience with life. I am only 60 years in, and this short years of experience with myself is what I am talking.
Okay.
No
May I
proof
ask
or
a
any.
question?
Sure, go ahead.
One of the things it resonated with me. One of the things you said a moment ago about being we're not the architect of the universe. Believe is that the way you said we're not the architect of the universe. That we're not correct. So
Yes,
what I was thinking about that is that in my line of work, I'm a mental health therapist, and I always feel like somehow I feel like I need to like I always feel like I'm there to like solve the problems and save these people and because I'm a crisis worker. So I feel like how do I pull myself back from that? I mean, I still want to help the people because that's what I do. That's my I believe my place in life right now. But how do I pull myself back from feeling like I have to manage every moment of their life? Like I feel like I'm trying to save their lives, and I want to. I don't know how to explain. Does that make any sense
yeah,
at
of
all?
course, definitely. And I can feel where you find some restrictions, some problems. Your intention is pure. You want to help everyone, but
Yes.
who are you to help? Who are you to help? Are you a self-made man to take responsibility of other people?
Um,
That's
I'm not self-made. I mean, I my direction in life, what the paths that whatever all the paths that I've taken throughout life, I feel led me to. I was going to be a school teacher, at one point, and then decided I wanted to go into therapy and work with people that way. And I just felt like I became a helper that way. So I developed the education and then discovered I don't do it by the book. I mean, if anything, I do it way outside the book. I know that I have the degree. I'm able to do it, but I typically just kind of go where people need to go. So I kind of go on that path. So that's where I'm at. I mean, I don't know if that makes if that's an answer to your question, like a self-made man. No, I mean, I guess I have self-educated or educated through the system and then learning as I go from other people. And, you know, people like you, teachers like you. And so that's one of the reasons I'm here to learn. So,
I am not a teacher. First of all, I am not going to help anyone.
okay.
I am not going to help anyone. I'm neither a teacher. I'm a comrade. I'm just an associate. We all are fellow beings sharing the same space. We are all
Okay.
the fellow beings sharing the same space. So
No.
there's no question of helping each other. It's only
Okay.
understanding each other.
Well, that was a question that I think really brought Lily back to my mind because I was very fortunate to meet her, a few years ago. And during my journey that I'm on right now, I'm going through a lot of changes in my life. And going through that, I thought of her because I thought of her example and her, the bits I've been following with, her journey. And I went, wow, I started thinking of myself as like, why am I feel like I'm constricted to a title, like I just called you a teacher, correct? That's we call ourselves something. We're just people helping, but I have to have a title to get paid for what I do so I can live. And so it's really that's been my conflict in the last week or so, last few days, that it's really been on my mind going like, I'm tired of having um that lack of freedom to just be. And I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yes, because you are trying to fix with the title that you are giving, imposing on upon yourself, and that's the problem that you are facing. So if you can discard the title, how can you come out of the title? By focusing on the formation, considering your formation as your information, then you
Hmm.
don't have to fix the title for yourself. You are entitled. You are entitled to remain stable in the given space. That occupying space, you are occupying a space. Your responsibility is to remain stable within that space.
Okay.
When you take hold of your responsibility to remain stable in that occupying space, then everything required will come to your attention. Nothing untoward will happen.
Okay.
That is the process of sustaining life in its richness. Everything wanted will come to us. Every required thing will open to our awareness quite naturally. No conflict will happen because your consciousness and subconsciousness both will merge together as one. When there is conflict, never ever do that. You can never.
Are we? Um, no, what I was saying, I think that I just tend to compartmentalize everything. And I know that my brain works. I don't like it. Like you said, I'm always trying to think.
I couldn't hear you perfectly. Your voice was breaking here and there. But I think I caught with certain keywords like minimizing and something like that. Am I clear? You are saying minimizing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't, if you can't hear me, I don't know what else to say. So
It's okay. It's okay. I think you can hear me. My voice is audible.
I
Okay.
can hear you
Okay. Fine.
fine.
Fine. Then
I can hear you.
okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. What I'm trying to express is that we don't have to fix anything. Everything is function. Any glitch? Going out and in
No,
and out. My voice is again. Do it again. Yeah, both. You check your Wi-Fi which connection. You put it 7. Let me check. Let me cut off that um, mic system 1 second. Yeah, yeah, both. Yeah, yeah. I can see that. Okay, wait. Okay, switched off that one. Check ഇതിലേതാ വൈഫൈ വൈഫൈ ഇതെന്റെ
എന്റെ
Okay, one second, one second, one second. Uh, we will come back again. Okay.
Okay.
There's a glitch. There's a glitch. Oh, now it's okay. Now your voice is okay.
You know what I think it was? It was I checked while you were talking real quick while I was listening, but my internet went off again, and so it came back on. That's what the problem is. It's not good enough connection. Anyway, but we'll see how it works. But I did
No, now it's
understand
okay.
that, and that made I like what you said there before we started trying to check the mic. Yeah,
Yeah, it
that
was my
makes
mic.
no that can you hear me now? It made a
Yeah.
lot of sense that it made a lot of sense that it does relieve already a lot of stress. I can feel some stress relieve. Trying now, I feel like I'm on a little an adventure to try to figure out how am I going to adapt that tomorrow when I go to work and go, okay, I'm just going to be and let things be. Um, there's so many constraints being put on us now at work, and I'm moving into another position where I think is more perfect for me, where I'm going to be able to be just a little more me, but still more constraints. But I think being able to use what you just said and say, well, I'm going to let the natural flow of thing, the moment be that moment, being in the moment with the being that I'm with, the beings that I'm with. I'm usually with multiple beings, and no, it's beautiful. I mean, I really do think of the I really think the like I think the symbiosis of the whole, the universe. I think itself, all of us intertwine how, and I think how many times we interact with people, and so it's amazing. So no, you've already that's really made me feel like okay, now I've got something to look at my life differently tomorrow and say, okay, how am I going to adapt that to not feeling like I have to save the world? And I think what I see now is I was resisting my new supervisor because he was telling me you don't have to save anybody, and I felt like I did. So now it makes more sense. Well, he comes also though from an Eastern philosophy. He's Vietnamese, and so his more of a definitely. I mean, I'm learning those paths as well. I've been learning those things, but definitely not enough, obviously, to see through to kind of get the Western, shake the Western ideology off. And which I think I shared with Lily.
No
Okay.
philosophy. Nothing required. You only have to sense. The problem is we are always focusing on the consequences. Don't focus on the consequences. The consequences are there and it will work perfectly, but you are the reason for the consequences. See, for example, the breath. Breath is a consequence because we are living.
Mhm.
The body is expanding, and the consequence is breath. If you are focusing on the breath, similar to food, you are having hunger and you are focusing on food, and you are more connected with the food than with the hunger. That invites more problem. You have to
Mhm.
focus on hunger only, not on the food. So when the hunger is satisfied, that means sufficient food has been taken. You don't have to focus on the food. Focus on the hunger. Focus on the expansion, not on the
Mhm.
breath. So everyone is
Exactly.
focusing on the consequence, and that's the reason that you are having a big mind with many problems only. You can never settle that problems because you are always focusing on the consequence.
No, you're right. No, and that's the thing is like, um, oh, there's so many analogies I can think of. I can tie that too. So, but yeah, no, it's definitely no. That makes no. Yeah, we do focus on the consequences. I know when we get tied to I mean, I know there are at this time in my life necessities to have an income, things like that. We have to have money or have, a place to live right now and everything. But when we start thinking like, oh my gosh, what if, what if, the boss gets mad at me? What if I do this wrong? What if I do that wrong? And I've got to do this and I've got to appease this person and that person. And they put us in so much fear. And it just like, I'm about 20 years older than almost everybody in my office. I'm trying to with me right now. And so I do take very good care of myself for the most part, but the spiritual piece is definitely, I know that's the hole that hole in my soul. That's the missing part that I'm feeling, an emptiness.
Yes.
So
The important thing is that you cannot share your experience with anyone. Everyone is experiencing something. How well you can interact with another person? You can never. I can never give my experience to you. I can only associate with you. Then that association will open with similarity. That similarity will resonate, and both will come together as one.
okay.
That is very powerful. Whenever you are maintaining your experience perfectly, that stability to remain stable with what you are experiencing is sufficient to bring attention of others who are not able to maintain themselves. They will do it on their own. The one and the
Well,
only thing, the one and the only thing that one should do is remain stable as one.
and when I think of when, and I know you used the term earlier. When I think of when you use the term stable, I picture a steady. um, I picture vibrational. I learned this many years ago from a lady I met here in Fresno. But anyway, she taught about. I was the first one I learned about vibrational. First person I heard about the Akashic records and all those things. I'm not going to go into all that stuff that I really not anything knowledgeable about. But I've heard about the vibrations and how it really makes sense that the whole everything vibrates, the universe vibrates, and when I think and resonates, as you said, you use. I always think of that musical. That's why we use so much tonal. There's so much things in vibrating through the with the rituals and things. So when you say steady, that way, if we vibrate on the same plane, we want to say, we say, would that be a good way to put it? Vibrate on the same plane. That way, we're in conjunction with another person. When you say staying steady together, I put
Exactly.
way too much into that. I know I over explain it. I overthink and I over explain. So sorry about that, but
It's okay.
that's
It's
also
okay.
my that is my personality. I'm catching myself. I'm catching myself trying to stop my over speaking. And I- anyway, I'm what in Taz call. I looked this up. It was called, I don't know why, but I do know why. But anyway, a yaffler. I talk too much. So, but then again, I say I talk never too much or too little for some people. So, but anyway, that's.
It's okay.
But
You
I
don't
think
have
you
to be
put,
polite. You don't have to be polite with me. You don't have to be polite with me. You can abuse me. You can abuse me. All the problems. You can expose all the problems because
no, I
everyone is
appreciate that. I do,
because
and I know
everyone
it,
is
it is
suffering.
part of my. It is part.
Yes,
I mean, and again, I know it's just part of my, I guess my upbringing, um, politeness, and I do apologize. I apologize for apologizing. So I usually say I'm sorry. I apologize so much. So yeah, I'm one of those people, but I'm a very creative minded person, and I make up. I love storytelling, so I like entertaining people. Hopefully that's my. I think that's my. I hope that's going to be my biggest gift in life. Is really I like making people feel good about themselves. I like feeling making, but I try to feel good about myself. That's one of those things, working on. I'm a constant work in progress. I always will be, but I'm gonna pull back on that mindset, and I will focus on just being who I am at the moment and understanding that, because I feel always in a rush. I'm going through a lot of changes right now in my life, going through a divorce, um, amicable divorce, but it's still a divorce. Job changes, things like that. So I'm gonna take this as a moment to say, yeah, I have to stop and breathe and be in the moment, like you said. And as you said, what did you say was perfect? That's not perfect moment, or it's the moment it's meant to be right now, not any
mm,
other moment, more or less, something along those lines. Yeah, and
exactly,
I like that.
exactly. Bring the alignment of subconscious and consciousness together. When you bring that subconscious and consciousness together, your consciousness will be planning many things, but your subconscious will be resisting everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the problem that everyone is facing. Everyone is facing. So what everyone will do is they will keep apart the subconscious mind. They'll keep it for themselves without sharing, and they will try to fix with your consciousness. And you will think that you are doing good, but you will never do good. You are only imagining that you are doing good. That's not the way around. To do it perfectly, you have to bring the subconscious and consciousness together. That's the first basic principle of being. When you can bring it together, then all the memory, the past, the within your mother's womb
Okay.
and your forefathers' problems, everything that is within you, you can open it. That's the real
Okay.
power. The real power is within that subconscious mind. If you can open that, if you can open that, then you can see a flow of problems coming out. But you don't have to worry. You just sit quietly. It will flow out of you. That's not you. That's the hushed up, the accumulated problems from the past, and everyone think that's me. Actually, that's not me. That's the accumulated experiences which was not able to maintain with the self. So when you open up in front of other person, in front of other person who is not stable, then there will be more problems. No one will open.
Okay.
So when you are open in front of a stable person, when you open, then you are getting the opportunity to open more and more. You open, simply open yourself. You feel aggressive, you feel obsessed, you feel awkward, whatever it is. You just open in front of a stable person. You will, if you are going to open, you will find a stable person eventually. Because your requirement is to stabilize, then you will meet a stable person. If your requirement is perfect, then you will meet the perfect reasoning capacity. Everything will come to you. You have to draw. That power to draw is always within us. The attraction, the power of attraction is within us. But you have to find it with reasonability, with responsibility. Then you are getting connected with the universal reality instantly. It will not hesitate, it will not take time, it will happen perfectly in that given moment. That power, wow, I am such a rich person. My richness is all within oneself, all within oneself. It never hesitates, it never has got any conflict. It's working perfectly for millions of years. No one can get tired of being what you are. You will never get tired. No one can get tired of being what you are. No problems to fix because it is functioning perfectly. See, consider the circulatory system. You can get along with the circulatory system very easily. How to get connected with the circulatory system within you? By focusing on the taste and the hunger. Simply by giving attention to that hunger. And when you take food in your mouth, you just give attention to what is happening within the mouth. Not on the taste of the food, but your taste. Your taste, which should be more important than the taste of the food. That personal taste should be within the experience. If that's not happening, then you are having a kaleidoscope of experiences, but never getting anything stable. It's very simple because that is how it is happening. This is not a mind's fabric, it's not a philosophy. It's just a happening. It's getting along with the happening. The vibration. The vibration is very powerful. No one can break that vibration.
Okay. No, I feel like I have reached that to some degree. I think I keep getting told I've been doing mental health therapy now for 20 years and other things before that. And so everybody keeps saying I'm not licensed therapist, you know, and I'm a pre-licensed therapist. And they said, well, when did you graduate? And I said, 20 years ago. They said, why aren't you licensed yet? And I said, well, I guess I should be. And then one of my friends said, no, you could be. You weren't meant to be yet. And I started thinking about that the other day. And I thought, maybe I'm never meant to be a licensed therapist. Maybe that's not my path. So that's why everybody else is pushing me like, you need to be licensed. You need to be licensed. You need to be this. You need to be, shouldn't you be a supervisor by now? And I said, I've ran agencies. I've done all those things. I'm working on being. One of the things I would like to say is I want to be satisfied, and I'm getting there slowly,
Exactly.
and I want to be satisfied, and that's all. I'm a very simple man. I really am. I have a few things, my headphones, those little things. I've, whatever the little things, but those things aren't necessary. I know they're not. Right now, they're keeping me grounded around me, but at the same time, it's like I know they're not. But I know I know all those things are in place. I know all that. I go boom, boom, boom. Okay, I know these things. But the other parts you're telling me now, that the things you're not telling me directly, but you're telling me, okay, those are the things, because it's awakening in my mind saying, okay, those are the pieces that I'm missing. So maybe I think I have a little clearer picture now of what I could do. Like I said earlier, tomorrow, stepping forward and saying, looking at maybe just starting with that, because my job is sometimes the centerpiece of my life right now, right? It's a centerpiece. It's got to be the thing I have to do for 10 hours a day. Um, and just look at it differently instead of being a job and just being there and knowing that as I'm there, the money is going to be there when I get done. It's going to come. It's always there. As long as I'm there, it's going to be there no matter, but just focusing on just being in the moment with the person. And that's what I really try to be. But I get caught up in all the everything else. And yep. So I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
summarization. I'm a summarizer, but I'm going like, okay, yep, there I go, trying to compartmentalize again. I know, but like again, I know I'm a ongoing work in progress, but I wake up every day thinking. I grew up in a very pessimistic household. My mom was very pessimistic. Everything was, this is bad, that's bad, this is bad. Even though I saw the things around her that were good, and I had to really work hard on that as I grew older, saying, no, I'm not going to be that. I think I look for one good thing every day. I wake up and I think it's going to be a good day. I'm alive, I'm breathing, and I try to think positive. I try to help people learn that I've come, my therapeutic clients, and I tell them, even the unhoused people I work with on a daily basis, and everybody, I try to give them some glimmer of hope. And I see it in their eyes sometimes. I hear it in their words, and that some of the police officers I work with call me Mother Teresa, and I go, "Why do you call me that?" And they said, "Because you're the mental, they call us MHs, mental health. That's our designation. You're the MH who has a heart." And I said, I don't do it for that reason. I do it because I want this. I don't know this person. But again, I know I'm giving a lot of myself as well, and I'm not retaining much of it. And you're helping me see that. I appreciate that. And I know it's there. It's always in the back of my mind. Sometimes it just takes somebody else, right, to say, focus on, as you said, the subconscious, knowing what's there and recognizing it for what it is and seizing that. What I've been trying really doing lately is I keep notebooks everywhere. So when I have an idea, I write it down. If I don't have a notebook, I record it or something, and I say, okay, that's a good thought for later. And I'm working together on my journal. It's my life story, and really my legacy for my grandchildren at this point is like, what did Grandpa go through? So, but that's been my journey so far. I mean, that's it in a rough nutshell.
Let us see how much death and life is there within your body. Are you willing to uh, experience the death and life within your body now, in this present moment? See, for example, expansion. Focus on that expansion. Maximum expand your body. Then you can see between life and death.
You
Not
mean
on the
like right now?
constant. Pardon?
What are we doing right now?
Yeah, focusing on the expansion, not on the breath. Don't focus on the breath. You just focus on the expansion. That is between life and death. It's working. Now you're working. The work is very important. So focus on how well your body is expanding.
How's my body expanding? Like right this moment?
Yes. See, you can focus on me. You can focus how my body is expanding.
All right, let me try this. What is this? I don't know if I'm going to access the show here or your live thing. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
See, my body is expanding. I'm not focusing on the breath. I'm only focusing on the expansion of my body. It's directly connected with life only. No assumption, no imagination. You can open your mouth and breathe out. As you expand and you contract. As you contract, you can open your mouth and let out the breath very easily. Feel yourself. Feel the blocks within your body. You can sense all your traumas, all the problems directly. All your body should expand. Whole body should expand with togetherness. You can sense all your problems, small and big, all frustration, all disagreements, everything will open. Relax, don't have any tension, just relax, surrender yourself, submit yourself to yourself itself. Keep your head straight. Now you can express the experience, a short experience of what you are going through, how it was, the expansion. What was you experiencing? Just to say it. You don't have to be clear. You don't have to be clear. Just narrate. Don't focus on getting it right. You just casually express it.
I'm just picturing on drawing just the energy from the universe in and then just breathing it in and letting it out and but forcing it through. I know that I have neuropathy or peripheral neuropathy, and it's been affecting me, and I'm trying to I've been working on my pathways, and I haven't been taking care of my breathing. I'm feeling more
Now you,
grounded. I've been feel more grounded,
okay, good.
grounded, feel grounded, and I think I noticed when you said straighten myself. I aligned myself. I felt myself more aligned. Um, the energy aligned more, and I felt more where I could expand more when I was aligned more. When I was less slumped over, I couldn't expand because my diaphragm was compressed. So I used to
Yes,
practice this a lot, and I let myself. I was an alcoholic, or I am an alcoholic. 2 years sober. For 40 years, I let myself, and I don't. I don't dwell in that. I've embraced it and move on with it. But I'm cleansing myself from that still. My mind is still cleansing from it. My body's cleansing, but or cleansed, but this will help. This helps bringing. I have to now. I have to set a daily practice of waking, and I'm sitting a lot at work, and I'm able to walk, and I do walk in mindfulness. So again, it goes back to again, not as they say, practicing what I preach to the people I work with.
we are not practicing anything. We are not practicing. We are simply living the way it is
Just
happening.
just being, and
Being what we are, sensing what we are in its own truth, the naked truth of being. The naked truth of being is sensed in our experience. Is you quite sure there's no conflict? There is one and the only thing that I am here. That I is stable. I am the only possibility. Everything else is irrelevant. I am the only possibility. I am perfect. I am functioning. I am beautiful. I am powerful. It's not a suggestion, it's a reality within the experience. I am not suggesting myself. No, no suggestion will work. It is only giving the mind a suggestion. Only we are training the mind. That will not give you the clarity. The mind is not the commander. The commander is nothingness. The nothingness is the ability to maintain oneself in that given space. Nothingness for nothing. We are living for nothing, no purpose other than living itself. If you are serving a purpose, then you are finished, you are done. You're inviting death into your experience. There's no purpose required. We are complete. We are complete. We are with everything. No, no questions raised. Why questions? Since we are connected with everything, no questions raised. We are connected with everything. No doubt, no history, no scriptures. We are live, we are living. No reference, no reference required. We are living. There's no doubt about what is happening now. We don't have to go for reference about what I am doing. No, because you are one with everything. It's very simple and it's very powerful. This association is possible continuously. This association is possible continuously. This is the possibility to maintain that position. The possibilities are all only to maintain that position. That position. Where are you positioned? Am I positioned in this space? Then it has got an authority within that position. That is the possibility. There is no other possibility. When you are positioned by the universe, that position is given to us by the universe, not by your parents. not by the society. Each and everyone is positioned by the entire universe. When you acknowledge that position, then the wonderful sense of being opens into awareness very easily. It is not a task. It's not a task. This is simple living, wonderful living. That Lily is a wonderful representative of the space. She's close to you physically. She's close to you. You can communicate with her, and anytime you can communicate with me also as well. There is no restriction. This communication is open. It's not for bartering. This is not for bartering. We are not bartering anything because we all are the same. I
Thank you
give
for
you
that.
this, you will give me back that. No, no, no exchange of
No,
things. Nothing. Just for nothingness.
I like, and no, I like that. I have a lot to think about. I mean, I have to think about it. I mean, that's just, I mean, I have to think, okay, how, yeah. And I will be staying in touch with Lily for sure. So I know that I'm very blessed. I know in many ways there's reasons. I know there's reasons people are brought in. There's no chances in my belief that people are brought into people's lives. We meet people for so many reasons. I mean, it's just, we're there. We're meant to be there for that moment. That's what I really believe. I don't know how else to explain it. So I met her 2 weeks. I knew her and then she was gone. But then she was never gone because we connected long enough there. So, and now I've met you and it's awesome. So, but I don't know what else you'd like me to say at this point or anything. So,
You don't have to.
all right.
Words can never give the sense of liveliness. Words are not.
No,
Words are never.
no, I believe that words, I always think when people say words about themselves, I think Bruce Lee, I was reading, I don't know if he's actually, though, I don't know if he's the one that originally attributed this, but it said, when we say words, we're spelling, like in the old say, we're spelling, we're casting words on ourselves and we call ourselves names stupid, or again, calling ourselves compartmentalized and we say we're stupid or and I catch myself while I'm being stupid. And then we start believing it and we start believing it, or I'm unattractive, or I'm unlovable, or I'm all those things. And we our brain starts believing it because we put that negative resonance out there, and it attracts it. We attract negativity. And I tell people, if you will attract negativity if you resonate it out, you're gonna get it. And I try to put positive out, and for the most part it works. I'm working on it. So but
Yeah.
I but I don't know what else we wanted to talk about. So I don't know
Yeah.
what
Before
we're supposed to do
before
right now. I've
closing
never
down.
done it. I haven't, and by the way, I've never participated in anything other than a live Zoom for a meeting at work or something. So this was a new experience for me. So it was very interesting and very helpful, very informative, and
Always
very
welcome.
enlightening.
Yeah. Before closing down, I'd like to share some of the wonderful experience that I have felt about the feminine presence. Of feminine presence, the female presence, the female presence. The most important treasure that we can enjoy is the feminine presence. Only a clean body can have the capacity of feminine utilized for the living.
Hmm.
Otherwise, our sexual energy will take over. The sexual energy will take over. We ourselves will turn to be nothing but flesh without a soul. A feminine energy is very powerful. If you don't have a clean body, you will be attracted by the feminine energy, and sperm will be deposited, and reproduction will simply continue. That is an animal instinct within the body system to maintain life here. But to have the life within the experience, you should have that clarity. Then feminine presence is the most glorious presence. You want associate with a female for sex. You will never invite for sex. If she is inviting you for sex, it's okay. But male should never invite a female for sex.
Absolutely. Well, and no, I am a very, and most men would, I have two male friends in my life, two male friends, and the rest are all feminine. They're all females. Um, I used to say it was just because I don't know. I always joke about it and say, "Oh, it's because I want to figure out women," but it's not really because I really always joked about when I was younger. Oh, I'm in touch with my feminine side. I think I have a good balance of feminine and masculinity. So I try to balance it out because I know that's what when I started studying. Of course, started with Western religion and stuff, studying those things. Then I started studying outside of that, and I went, "Wow, there's a part missing, and it's the feminine was missing from the Western, the monotheistic." So, and then I discovered more about that. But no, I 100% no. You can't. Sex, like you said, the act of sex is one thing, but it's if it's not if there's not that completeness, that no, there's no point in it other than just like you said. Uh, but yeah, and definitely there's so many people that uh, they are unclean and you can sense them, and you sense the people that are out for. Um, I've come across certain people, and I think I can sense certain people that I just know that they're using me. I know that they're using me for whatever reason. Right now, because I'm single and I have a good paying job, a lot of the female friends I have said, "Be careful," because all these women are going to be after you. And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm no, but no, but no, I do appreciate that as well. I know it's very important. I don't know. I don't know how that anybody can believe the men out there that believe that we can't, the feminine side isn't something that's it's necessary or um, that to recognize that importance and without the feminine there would be no masculine. So I mean that's the bottom line, right? We all start out as feminine, I believe, biologically. So um but anyway, enough on again, I carry on too much, but
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly all right. Our next session, we will continue with the how sex and sexual arousal is trapping the society. Our next session, when you are ready next time, we'll be talking about sexual arousal and how the genital area is working, how one can capture the capacity to remain stable with your sexual arousal. We'll be talking about it in the next session. Remember, in the next time, we'll be talking deeper about sex and a wonderful relationship with the male and female. So, just now
okay.
signing off. Just now signing off. Thank you for being with us. Bye
Okay.
bye. Bye bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Lily, take care for making it possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you so much. Bye bye.